for, and then we'll get to the big moment.
Megyn, I want to ask about your look.
My who?
Your look. Your look, Megyn.
Oh, my Luke.
Your look. Did I not say it right?
I don't know. I'm like way cooler than I am. I don't know what you're talking. My Luke.
She is the most insecure person I have seen in the public eye in a long time. That is why everything had to be perfectly.
That Meghan Markle really did expect Harry to be a billionaire when she met him. She was incredibly disappointed to find out he's only worth a couple million, and she's gonna have to actually work and hawk these jams and jellies and dog biscuits to have the lifestyle that she wants.
Meghan Markle, the so-called Duchess of Sussex, has been everywhere. Whether it's as an actress, a victim, a humanitarian, or the face of her own brand. She's worn every label, but none of them have quite stuck the way she hoped.
But this woman is nothing but a publicity whore. It's a term of art. And we broke the news that she had Prince Harry on her vision board when she was younger. And that was her goal, #goal, to marry Prince Harry.
Meghan Markle targeted Prince Harry. She wanted to be a star. She rejected a couple of other British guys who weren't powerful enough. Then she was rejected by a bunch of them. How embarrassing for Prince Harry to have been the one who fell for it. What a dope.
Meghan Markle is at it again. She can't help herself.
Then came that massive $100 million Netflix deal, hyped up as her big chance to prove she's just like us. The pitch was simple. Meghan opening her world to show the struggles of motherhood, life balance, and being misunderstood.
She is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself while she simultaneously plays the victim. My castle's too small. The queen is mean to me.
But the reality, total disaster. Viewers tuned out almost instantly, critics dragged it, and social media had a field day ripping it apart. Because really, who's buying the idea of a royal, surrounded by staff, nannies, and a mansion, teaching the world about struggle? Clips of her carefully plating fruit for her kids while assistants hovered in the background became instant memes. The public saw through it right away. Instead of coming across as relatable,
Did I do something?
No, stop. Okay. By the way, I love your Luke.
Sorry, what's that?
Your Luke. You look amazing. Your Luke.
My Luke. My Luke. My look. She likes my Luke.
Anywho,
Meghan looked more out of touch than ever, and the backlash was brutal. And then came the reactions. Oh, the reactions were ruthless. Social media didn't just critique it, it exploded. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram turned her Netflix dream into one giant roast session, with endless memes mocking every awkward frame. From the staged family bonding scenes to Meghan's painfully over-the-top attempts at being relatable, nothing was safe. The whole project backfired in spectacular fashion.
Her grand plan, it turns out that Meghan Markle has no influence. She is actually failing at becoming an influencer, which is something that, up until her, I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know it was possible to fail at doing that, because literally anyone can do it.
Instead of admiration, the world saw irony, loud and clear. A woman dripping in privilege, wrapped in luxury, lecturing the masses about struggle? People couldn't stop laughing at the contradiction. It was less of a heartfelt series and more of a running internet joke.
Do you believe there were 80 crew members?
if there were, what the hell kind of budget is Netflix paying for this bullshit show?
And the crowd online ate it up like popcorn. This was supposed to be her warm, authentic comeback. No palace scandals, no stiff sit-downs, just Meghan at home, relaxed and real. Picture it, a sun-drenched kitchen, her laughing with carefully selected friends, laying out snacks on tiny plates, and serving pasta dinners like she's just your average neighbor. Every shot was screaming, "I'm just like you." But the fantasy didn't last long.
Put hands on someone that wasn't doing something fast enough for you. And that we wanted to have because it's so authentic to Meghan Markle. She is known as the dictator in heels. Yes, she is a ginormous bully. And when she does that to you, you better jump up and run like a lightning bolt just hit you. And we wanted to show that side of her personality. So that's why we put that in there.
I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it.
By elevating it, Meghan Markle means she has to show her wealth at every turn. This is the first of 5 different apron changes because Meghan believes that many aprons shows many wealth. Also, the use of olive oil is another way of elevating herself. Just add some olive oil to everything because it's expensive.
Viewers could smell the staging from a mile away. The cozy vibe crumbled within minutes, replaced by awkward silences. forced laughs, and a glaring sense that it was all too polished. The kitchens didn't look lived in. They looked like showroom sets straight from a lifestyle magazine, and the internet roasted her for it non-stop. The food didn't look comforting at all. It looked stiff, overly styled, and painfully awkward. The kind of dishes you'd expect in a showroom, not a family kitchen.
Out of a 2015 Pinterest post. And Daniel's favorite snack is peanut butter pretzels, so she gets a bag of peanut butter pretzels and takes the peanut butter pretzels and pours them from one plastic bag to another. And even though peanut butter is his favorite snack, she made sure to write peanut butter pretzels on the bag just in case he's allergic.
I think we're getting absolutely nothing that's authentic out of this. I mean, I think watching it was quite disappointing because you don't actually get that look into her life that you think you're going to get or you thought you were going to get when the series first said that it was going to launch. I mean, it's really this sort of charade of her playing a part in a home that's not her own, with people that she doesn't quite know.
Meghan's conversations came off just as forced. Every laugh landing on cue, every gesture polished within an inch of its life. Nothing felt warm. Nothing felt natural. This wasn't an invitation into her world. It was a performance piece. And the role she chose to play? Not Meghan Markle the woman, but Meghan Markle the relatable Duchess. A carefully packaged character meant to convince viewers she was just like them. But the problem was obvious. Nobody was buying it. The facade cracked instantly, and critics tore into it without mercy. Rotten Tomatoes slapped the project with a punishingly low score. The Guardian shredded it as nothing more than soulless branding. And The Telegraph? They went full savage, branding it insane, narcissistic, and totally unwatchable. These weren't casual reviews. They were open takedowns, the kind of press you can't spin no matter how big your PR team is. And then came the parodies. Fast, brutal, and hilarious.
Hey, Maureen Callahan and I discovered firsthand, Glenn, when we did our parody of Meghan's stupid Netflix show, trying to make herself into the next Martha Stewart, and we realized her one-pot pasta is just a blatant ripoff of Martha Stewart's one-pot pasta, which turned out to be like one of her most famous recipes.
Within days, comedy sketches were clowning Meghan's ribbon-wrapped parfaits, her beige, soulless kitchens, and those painfully staged conversations that looked like outtakes from a bad commercial. Instead of reclaiming her image, Meghan had become comedy's new favorite punchline. The satire actually hit harder than the show itself. Viewers laughed louder at the parodies than at Meghan's carefully scripted real life. And that was the ultimate humiliation. When spoofs feel more authentic than the original, you know something's gone terribly wrong.
Excited because one of my closest friends is coming over to help me cook today. Shit, what's her name? Line?
My name is Megan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy fucking Kaling. I want my home to feel welcoming. Do you feel welcome? Does my soundstage welcome you? Mindy and I are such great friends, like besties. Like, I love her. Like, she doesn't know my name, but we're best.
What Meghan had envisioned as her grand, triumphant reintroduction to the world collapsed into international meme fodder. Instead of applause, the internet turned her Netflix debut into one giant punchline. TikTok was flooded with edits of her rebagging pretzels, or that now infamous plain pasta scene, captioned with lines like, "When you spend millions just to move snacks around." It was brutal, it was relentless, and it spread like wildfire. The show had promised viewers a glimpse of luxury mixed with warmth, but it delivered absolutely nothing. No comfort, no charm, no authenticity. By this point, everyone assumed Netflix would do the obvious thing, cut their losses, walk away, and pretend the whole project never existed. After all, why risk further embarrassment? But then came the shocking twist. Instead of pulling the plug, Netflix doubled down. Against all odds, they announced a second season. And behind the scenes, the truth was far less flattering than the headlines suggested. What looked like confidence was actually desperation, and Meghan was at the center of it. Season 2 wasn't some bold vote of confidence in Meghan's vision.
This candle just reminds me so much of growing up in LA. You know what? This knife reminds me of growing up in LA. Kosher salt brings me back to my days in LA. I'm an LA native. I am a Los Angelite. This salt reminds me of growing up in LA. This carbon monoxide detector just really takes me back to my time in LA where I grew up. Because I grew up in LA. I grew up in LA.
The truth was way less flattering. It had already been filmed right alongside season 1. Netflix didn't double down out of loyalty, they were simply hedging their bets. Execs knew Meghan's brand was polarizing, and they weren't about to risk a giant public flop without a backup plan. So they shot both seasons back to back, ready to cash in no matter which way the public reacted. Because here's the cold reality of streaming. Even failure pays. Every hate watch still counts as a view. Every sarcastic tweet boosts engagement, and every meme mocking Meghan's relatability became free advertising. To Netflix, disaster was just another form of content, but for Meghan, it was a nightmare. The ratings came in, and the numbers were grim. Season 1 underperformed, and Meghan's carefully crafted lifestyle empire fizzled out before it even got started. Her artisanal jam jars, preserves, and curated home products were supposed to make her the next Gwyneth Paltrow. Instead, they became a national joke. Social media mocked them as the jam nobody asked for, and late-night hosts tore into her Montecito marmalade like it was comedy gold. What was meant to cement her as a tastemaker only locked her in as a cultural punchline, and the mockery wasn't slowing down. The real damage wasn't just the bad reviews, it was the betrayal of expectations.
This is by far the worst deal in Netflix history. This show for me was unoriginal, dull, and as expected.
Part of what was making her show unwatchable was just some of the comments she was making, okay? Like, in one episode, she's talking about how you shouldn't fill up your ice cube tray with tap water.
With Love, Megyn, that stupid program on Netflix, failed to rank among Netflix's top 300 most watched titles between January and June. The New York Post, confirmed Markle's 8-part series ranked 383rd with just 5.3 million views since it debuted on March 4th. It's crazy how low that was.
Fans tuned in hoping to see the real Meghan, the palace rebel, the truth teller, the outsider who broke tradition. But instead, what they got was a glossy, over-polished fantasy. Every casual moment looked staged. Every smile felt rehearsed. The whole series screamed performance over authenticity. And people noticed. Netflix's own content ended up turning into a comedy goldmine, fueling endless parodies of Meghan's so-called domestic life. Instead of warmth, viewers saw what looked like privileged cosplay, as if she was role-playing homemaker from the comfort of a mansion. Audiences weren't just laughing at the show anymore. They were laughing at Meghan's entire brand. And then, just when it seemed like the embarrassment had peaked, new whispers began to circulate. Whispers that cut even deeper, threatening to expose cracks far beyond a failed Netflix show. Then came the whispers of something even more damaging: plagiarism.
More salt.
I'm so glad Meghan is teaching us how to salt popcorn. She's really worked hard, guys, hasn't she?
And since we put all of our energy into making
that
those,
stale popcorn.
Wait, can you monetize other? There is no way Netflix cut these two losers a check for $100 million and said, go show us your genius.
Yeah.
We know you've got it in you. Who doesn't love watching you two win, win, win all day long?
Fans started pointing out eerie similarities between Meghan's with Love, Megyn and Pamela Anderson's earlier series, Cooking with Love. The overlap was impossible to ignore. From the fonts to the soft pastel aesthetics, even down to the slogans, it all looked suspiciously familiar. Pamela's line, "I want to take the ordinary to another level," sounded almost identical to Meghan's, "I like to elevate the common." Side-by-side comparisons only made it worse. The trailers revealed nearly identical shots: dreamy, soft-focused kitchens, slow pans across rustic wooden tables, and perfectly plated meals styled like art exhibits. It didn't feel like inspiration, it felt like copy and paste. But plagiarism allegations are just one piece of the storm. Meghan's real crisis goes far deeper. It's not only about a flop Netflix show, or mocked jam jars, or even whispers of stealing Pamela's playbook. The true danger is much bigger. It's about her very identity, and whether anyone still believes in the version of Meghan she's selling to the world. She's tried to be everything at once: truth teller, humanitarian, duchess, tastemaker, relatable mom, Hollywood star. But the more roles Meghan piles on, the less authentic any of them feel. The humanitarian moments look like staged photo ops. The homemaker vibe feels like privileged cosplay. The tastemaker angle now reeks of plagiarism. Every reinvention falls flat because reinvention only works if people believe at least one version of you. And right now, no one does. Her Netflix saga was supposed to be a career-defining reset, but instead it became a cultural punchline. Viewers didn't see the rebel duchess or the relatable mom. They saw a performance unraveling in real time. What was meant to humanize Meghan only highlighted how carefully manufactured her image really is, and that's the problem she can't PR her way out of. So, what do you think? Was Meghan's Netflix show just a flop, or is it proof her brand is finished for good? Drop your hot takes in the comments, hit like if you laughed at the chaos, and subscribe for more breakdowns of the drama everyone's whispering about.